is. So, but yeah, there you go. We're going to go back to the phone lines here. Congratulations to my friend Kate Dillon, and continued success to her, and also what Alex Hendren does, helping her behind the scenes, and Top 5 Tuesday all the time. Also, CrateInsider.com. So everything you need in the world of crate racing for dirt, asphalt, sprint cars, modifieds, late models, name it, she's got it. CrateInsider.com, and I'm glad to have her as a big sponsor for Finish Line. Also, DirtCarLift.com. Stop jacking, start lifting with DirtCarLift.com, and all about wraps. We're getting ready to go to the phone lines here, and we're getting ready to get on the program. Driver of the car number 28, Kryptonite Race Cars entry. The number 28 entry, Kryptonite Race Cars machine. He won at Hilltop a couple of weeks ago. He won at Hilltop. Then he came around, turned around. Last Friday night, he won the course to race at Brush Creek. Got a big win at Brush Creek Motorsports Complex. And, of course, by virtue of being tied, a three-way tie between this man, Ryan Montgomery, and the legend out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, Hot Rod Connolly, he, by virtue of having the most wins in a three-way tie, was the winner of the 2019 5th Annual Buckeye Late Model Dirt Weeks Championship. Driver of the car number 28, Kryptonite entry out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, Kamikaze Kid, Tyler Carpenter. Good morning, my friend, or afternoon, actually. Welcome to Finish Line.
How you doing, man?
It's always good catching up with the wild man in 28. And tell your daddy Freddie I said hello as well.
Oh, I sure will.
How's things going at Kryptonite Race Cars today? You guys staying busy?
Oh, yeah, we're busy, man. Building cars and building components and fixing repairs and people's stuff. You know how it is. Anything to do with racing.
Absolutely. Hey, so talk about this Buckeye Late Model Dirt Weeks. Obviously, you've been a part of it before when it was not under brand of the Ultimate brand with Fast Track Companies International. You just kind of, it was a 1 week deal, 1 week only, try to run 6 races in 7 days or 5 out of 7 days. And, and basically Robbie Cyrus decided to take that format and move it around and make it where you race Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday and Saturday for 3 straight weeks in a row, and you become the champion of this series. Talk about just how, what was your thoughts of it and being the winner, champion of it?
Well, winning anything is great, man. And I normally don't try to point race or anything, but something like that, so short and sweet like that, I mean, it don't hurt a guy to try to stick to a little deal for 2 or 3 weeks and just try to come off with a championship of some sort. And like I say, I normally don't do that kind of stuff, but it's just a good little deal he's got going on, and who ain't going to try to race 2 or 3 nights in a row if they can?
Absolutely. So, obviously, the format. Did you like the format this year?
Well, I got to say I did like it, and the reason for me liking it like it is because if a guy tears something up, and of course, like I blew a motor or whatever, you're not going to be able to just get things together and go race the next night or like basically 6 or 7 days straight. It lets you race 2 or 3 nights and then take a little break, get things ready and going through, and then race 2 or 3 more times. And I mean, granted, I like to race every day of the week, but every now and then you need a break to make sure everything's all right and go through a few things. Just do the maintenance you need to do.
Absolutely, definitely. We're joined by Tyler Carpenter, the number 28 machine, the champion of the Buckeye Late Model Dirt Weeks. Talk about this season, because it's, I've seen you this year at races, Tyler, where you've been at the highest of highs, like this past weekend, and I've seen you in your lowest of lows, where you've had cars break, you've come on the racetrack and something goes wrong, the rear end break, the engine blow. This is a crazy life, this roller coaster ride we love called dirt track racing. Talk about it on your end.
Well, you just don't know what kind of curveball you're going to get thrown at you, and you just got to take the good with the bad. And one thing about it, you got to stay dedicated and stay focused, and just keep hammering it out. If you tear something up, you just got to work day in, day out, and get things fixed, and wish for the best in the next race. But like you said, I have had some really good nights, and I've had some really bad nights. But I mean, anybody that's affiliated with dirt racing knows that that's just the way things are, and you just never know what may or may not happen. And you, like I say, you just get out there and do your best and see what the outcome is. And everybody's striving for a win, so things are going to get banged up and tore up and broken. So it's just the way it is, man.
One of the greats of dirt late model racing is Freddie Smith. He is inducted already into the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame. Obviously, the North-South 100 presented by Sunoco is at Florence Speedway in Kentucky. It actually kicks off tomorrow night for the Lucas Oil Series. They have a 10,000 win show tomorrow night. Then they have dual heat races, and then the 50,000 win race on Saturday night. In addition to that, they have the induction of the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame. And where I'm trying to get on this is there's another Freddie, and he's a Freddie of your life, your dad, Freddie Carpenter, truly one of the greatest in my opinion, and I believe very soon that Freddie Carpenter will be inducted into the Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame for so many successes and endeavors he's had. Just talk about Freddie Carpenter, the race car driver, and then the father to you.
Well, I mean, for one, he's my dad, and the best dad anybody could ask for. What none of us raised on a silver spoon, but he tried to give us the best spoon we could eat off of. But I mean, he's my hero of all kinds of sorts, man. We've come from nothing to come something. If it wasn't for him, my daggone wouldn't be racing. I mean, I'd be trying, but I don't even know if I knew anything about it. But like I said, he's went without in so many different ways to make sure me and my brother and all of us had something to race or anything in life in general. We've become such, basically come a long ways because of him. I mean, he's worked his butt off just to make sure we have a way of life. It's man, I'd go on and on about him, but he's just the best in about every way you can imagine. I mean, we're not rich, and we could have money. About the only thing we could do better in as far as what he's doing now is just basically be rich, and it's, you know, everybody wishes for that, and it's just a wish. So, I mean, I feel like we're doing the best we can and got the best life we could possibly be having. And he's just, I choose him over anybody else in the world.
You know, obviously, you know, me and you are friends on Facebook. I've looked on social media a couple of times this week of your page. I don't call it stalking, I call it recon. And obviously we got tagged in posts with one another together. You're a family man. Man, you love those little girls. You love your kids. Talk about those. Talk about your lady. I mean, you're into being an aggressive driver, being one of the greats in the Carpenter name of dirt track motorsports. You're also looks like a very loving husband or fiance and father to your children.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you can't get your family involved, there's no need in doing it. And I wouldn't, like, I don't know, racing with my kids being around, you know, it's a pain in the butt. Anybody that says they ain't got 3 or 4 kids just acts like they got it made in the shade.
Right.
They're lying. You know, I mean, everybody, it's a pain in the butt taking all the kids racing. They're fussing and want to do this, but the moment you have when they're there and they're enjoying just the whole deal, going to the dirt track and playing with toy cars, and I got my youngest daughter one of them little mini race car stroller deals. You know, there's just so many memories that we have had. It's just awesome. And just the fact that they enjoy going, and they get into racing to the fullest. They'll give me hand signals and clap, and I'll help you win. And, you know, it just to know that they are by my side and enjoying what we're doing. I mean, you know, they'll grow up and maybe get into something else or whatever, but just the fact that they are enjoying it and allowing me to do what I love to do, and it's just great.
Let's talk about Princeton and the championship run. But when I saw you Saturday afternoon, when I was working, social media coverage for Speed 51 to update and hype the race before the race started, I had an interview with you, and you were like, "Man, I'm excited to be here. I think Princeton owes me one, but I feel like I'm already behind the 8 ball." You said you felt like your car setup was not abrasive to what the racetrack surface was going to be, but then you came back and you won the money dash and you sat on the, obviously on the pole, and a great race, man. I mean, I know we only had a dozen super late models, and you can see the replay on Speed 51 highlights, and of course, awesome coverage that they do and covering the Ultimate Series and the Buckeye Late Model Dirt Weeks, and of course, Fast Track as well. But you basically, did the car change? Did you make setup changes on the car, from time periods? What made it be kind of what I was thinking to be a depressive interview, depressed, and then you turn around and you actually, do really well on Saturday night.
Well, I'll tell you, the main thing is I got a Pollard motor in the car right now, and it is a great motor. But we are behind on power, and when I went there and I looked at the track and seen how wet they had it, I know a lot of these tracks on a bigger race like that, they're trying to put on a good deal for fans, and without fans, there's no need to have drivers there. So
right.
I understand what everybody does as far as trying to make the track exciting, and I don't mind it. I mean, any driver in the right mind, don't care if it's fast or slick or whatever, as long as it's smooth. And when I looked at the track, I knew with this Pollard motor I got that we were just going to be down in power early. So I figured I'd just try the car how I had it, the hot lap or whatever, and qualify. And the car was too tight, and I was too tractioned up, so I had to chill it out a little bit. And I did make the dash, so that was the main goal I had, was just try to get in the dash. And I know we had a redraw, so we just see what we was able to do from there. And we made a few adjustments to the car, freed it up quite a bit. That way the car would just roll a lot easier without basically putting such a strain on the motor.
Gotcha.
And basically just try to get the car to roll more comfortably around there without having to just bulk the motor down. And I tell you, that really worked. And it just, I felt like we just leave the car alone, leave the car free for the feature, and was hoping that maybe we'd be okay and maybe win the race or be right there for it. And we held our own pretty good in the feature. I mean, we was right there the whole time. Hornsby kind of got away, and I ran him down a little bit. And I mean, the track changed. Like, if I could have come in at lap 25 or 30 and made a setup change, I feel like, crap, I could have won the race. But I mean, maybe anybody else could have too. But it just changed so much throughout that 50-lap feature. I mean, that's why if you haven't or have watched the video, you watch. Colten really wasn't nowhere in the picture until about halfway through. The track just changed so much to where maybe he wasn't adjusted right early, but he come on strong later, and he was definitely the fastest car later in the night, to where I just didn't expect it to change that kind of drastic.
Absolutely. Tyler, obviously our time's growing short, and I know you're a very, very busy man like I am. But final question for you, bud. What's up on the horizon, the upcoming schedule for the Kamikaze Kid, Tyler Carpenter, or the Carpenter family? I know Chris Carpenter races your brother. I know you have Freddie Carpenter, your dad, running. What's up next for Kryptonite Race Cars and the big races coming up this year? Where we're going to see you at?
I'm not real sure. We just kind of do as we can and go places that we can. But I know for sure I'm going to be at Richmond Speedway for the Butterball race. I got 20,000 win there. I will be there for sure. I'm going to try to hit Eldora this year. Maybe the Dirt Track World Championship and any other odds and end races that pay 3,000 to 10,000 that I can hit. Feel like I can run pretty good at.
Definitely. All right. Well, Tyler, man, congratulations on being champion of the Buckeye Late Model Dirt Weeks. And before I do let you go, thank out your sponsors on that car number 28, and we appreciate you being on Finish Line, buddy.
Yeah, I just got to thank Kryptonite Race Cars for sure. Octane Race Products, Swiss Springs, Bilstein Shocks, ML Performance, the Jones Show, Eisner Race Engines, Big A Muffler. I should have these sponsors memorized, but they all do stuff for me, and I just, I believe I got most of them. If I forgot them, they know who they are, and without them, I wouldn't be able to race as easy to do race.
It's all good, buddy, and I know that they all appreciate you for what you do and being a champion at that. So, Tyler, thank you so much for being on Finish Line. Congratulations. Hey, and I'll see you at the Butterball next week at Richmond, Kentucky. That's going to be a big show, and I know you and your daddy and everybody are planning on going to that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be one of them races you'd like to knock off, and running for $20,000, that'd be a great deal, man.
$20,059 to win for the 32nd running of the Larry Woolridge Memorial Butterball, and we'll talk about that next week on Finish Line with Bill Lapinos as well. Tyler, thank you, buddy. Have a great rest of your week, and good luck racing this weekend wherever you go.
Thank you, and you all too.
Absolutely. The kamikaze kid, Tyler Carpenter there. Big winner in the Buckeye Late Model Dirt Weeks Championship. He won 2 out of the 6 races, being the only, but let's just recap here. The winners at Richmond were Zach Dome. He dominated.